a device that helps to correct the application of makeup. Invented by Max Factor, Wright in 1930. Two lumberjacks and a big tree, Pacific Northwest, 1915. Bandages retrieved from the kit of a British dog, 1915. The first Cape Canaveral launch photograph, 1950. Fremont Street, downtown Las Vegas, 1952. Photo by Edward N. Edstrom. The 9 kings of Europe gather for the first and only time for a photograph at the funeral of King Edward VII in London. May 20th, 1910. Judy Sullivan, NASA's first female spacecraft operations engineer, monitors astronauts' biomedical sensors during the Apollo 11 mission, 1969. Notice of mail suspension with central powers posted in the main post office in Cincinnati, Ohio, 9 days after the official war declaration by the U.S., April 15, 1917. The first telephoto lens in the world, 1900. Henry Ford and wife Clara pictured in 1946 in the first car his company built back in 1896. Explosion of IRA car bomb in progress. Great Scotland Yard, Whitehall, London, England. 1973 March. Salvador Dali cutlery set design from 1957. A Foggy Night in San Francisco, 1953. Photo taken in a Sears department store on November 22, 1963. After a blizzard in Rollins Pass, Colorado, 1906. British veteran of the Battle of Waterloo, wearing his campaign medal with his wife, circa 1850. Frank Slivers Oakley, the baseball clown, 1904. Boris Yeltsin visits a grocery store in Houston, Texas, with an official Soviet delegation, 1990. Passengers on board the Cunard White Star liner. Queen Mary view the New York skyline as the ship docks in Manhattan at dawn, 1939. Ali meets actor Clint Walker during the filming of The Dirty Dozen, 1966. A Young Roosevelt, 1884. A fashionable young woman exiting a New York City streetcar in 1912. Tuberculosis patients from St. Thomas's Hospital rest in their beds in the open air by the River Thames, 1936. Queen Victoria, the Grandmother of Europe, 1894. Children boxing in Kent, England. Gypsy Camp, 1951. Promotional photo of the French chef with Julia Child, 1964. Annie Oakley. Alexander Gardner's photograph of Alan Pinkerton, Abraham Lincoln, and Major General John A. McClernand at Antietam, 1862. Marilyn Monroe, 1957. Soviet cosmonaut Alexei Leonov unveils his sketch of American astronaut Thomas Stafford during the first joint American-Soviet mission, July 17, 1975. Annie Oakley using a mirror for a trick shot. President John F. Kennedy and Vice President Lyndon Johnson during a tour of Cape Canaveral Missile Test Annex, 11 September 1962. Santa Claus with Christmas toys on a sled drawn by white turkeys, circa 1909. Arnold Schwarzenegger during the filming of Red Heat, 1988. Street Band Manhattan, New York City, 1948. Rare photo of British Army veteran Norval Sinclair Marley, white Jamaican officer who was the father of Jamaican reggae singer Bob Marley, 1930s. Jasper National Park, Canada, 1929. The upper chamber of the Supreme Soviet in its final session, voting the USSR out of existence, 26 December 1991. Judy Garland test shot for Wizard of Oz, 1939. This shockingly high-res photo was taken over 100 years ago and shows a crew of men unloading a banana boat in New York, 1920s. Elizabeth Taylor, 1956. Circa 1905. Young boy in Baltimore slum area, July 1938. '90s woman getting photographed for the first time. Abandoned boy holding a stuffed toy animal, London, 1945. U.S. Marines and a parrot in Nicaragua, 1927. A German soldier with a sawtooth bayonet stands in a dugout wearing his brow plate slid down to his neck. World War I. The first Olympic marathon and the first modern Olympic Games. Athens, 1896. U.S. Army military policeman toasting bread over molten lava from Vesuvius, 1944. Johnny Carson and James Brown, 1967. Condoms testing, 1935. On the top of Umbrella Rock on Lookout Mountain in Tennessee, early 1900s. Titanic orphans, brothers Michel and Edmund Navratil, 1912. The bell tower of the Sacré-Cœur Basilica, under construction on the Montmartre Hill in Paris. Homecoming prisoner, Vienna, Austria, 1946. Construction workers resting on a steel beam above Manhattan, 1932. Carl Akeley posing with the leopard he killed with his bare hands after it attacked him, 1896. Typist of the Future, circa 1970. Unpacking Mona Lisa at the end of World War II, 1945. The National Space Invaders Championship held by Atari in 1980. Winston Churchill as a cornet in the 4th Queen's Hussars Cavalry, 1895. He was 21 at the time. Cycle engineer riding the world's smallest bicycle through the city, London, August 1937. Nikola Tesla in his office, New York, 1916. Mother with her children on a 1912 Henderson sidecar. This photograph of Isambard Kingdom Brunel, considered one of the most prolific figures in engineering history, was taken 160 years ago. Facade of East 100th Street, New York, 1966. Central Park, 1933. Cary Grant circa 1938. Harlem, New York in 1943. Downtown Manhattan and East River, New York, 1943. Photo by Andreas Feininger. An FBI officer breaks a confiscated barrel of beer during the Prohibition, 1924. Two men talking in street with Vespa, scooter, and bicycle, Milan, 1948. Photo by Dmitry Kessel. Paris, 1904. Pike Place Market of Seattle, Washington, circa 1916. Mrs. Charlotte Collier with her daughter Marjorie, survivors of the RMS Titanic, 1912. At the edge of the Grand Canyon, circa 1914. Subway tunnel fire, West 55th Street and Broadway, New York City, January 1915. A barricade constructed by the Paris Commune in April 1871. Enjoying a game of cards, 1850. Amelia Earhart during studio photo shoot, circa 1928 to 1935. Detroit, 1917. Steelworker on Saucony Mobile Building, 1955. Actress Lily Elsie posing with Snowman England, 1909. The 3,245-year-old seal on Tutankhamun's tomb before it was broken, 1922. Coco Chanel and Salvador Dali, 1938. The 15-mile penny farthing race of the Harvard Bicycle Club, 1887. Heroin bust, New York, 1962. Ella Fitzgerald with Marilyn Monroe, 1956. Bicycle for Three, 1910. I thought I was pretty happening because I had good TV hair. George Clooney with his mullet in the 1980s. A Flight Simulator for Pilots, 1942. Archaeologists dine in the tomb of Pharaoh Ramses XI, 1923. A boy distributes newspapers bearing a headline about the sinking of the Titanic, 1912. Reading books from mobile library in Levallois-Perret, near Paris, circa 1960. A member of the Sioux tribe on horseback, 1905. Just divorced, 1930s. Paiute, Indian group near Cedar, Utah, 1872. Sir David Attenborough cuddles a bear cub named Benjamin, 1956. Navajo youth Tom Torlino as he entered the Carlisle Indian Industrial School in 1882, and again 3 years later. Pennsylvania coffee shop, 1943. British archaeologist Howard Carter opens the door to the second of 4 gold shrines surrounding the sarcophagus of Pharaoh Tutankhamun, better known as King Tut, Valley of the Kings, Egypt, 1922. George Lucas surrounded by Star Wars props. Gregory Peck reading his famous book. Architect Minoru Yamasaki, right, posing with a model of the World Trade Center he designed, 1964. A portrait of Bob Ross, 1983. B-17s being escorted by P-47 fighters on their way to Germany, 1943. The Lincoln Memorial in 1917 versus present day. Children cross the river using pulleys on their way to school in the outskirts of Modena, Italy, 1959. An Iowan couple on their wedding day, 1899. $5 silver certificate, 1899. The only U.S. banknote with a Native American chief on it. A couple dancing on ice skates on Whitestone Pond, Hampstead, London, 1933. British soldiers enjoy a jaunt on a British Mark IV tank during World War I. Polishing the Gateway Arch 630 feet above the ground. St. Louis, Missouri, 1965. Elvis Presley and Messerschmitt Bubble Car, Memphis, 1956. American Garage, 1943. Disneyland, 1961. Migrant farm worker with his wife and 10 children, 1936. Christian Bale in his teens, 1980s. The Thinker, Auguste Rodin in his studio in 1905. Eddie Rickenbacker of the 94th Aero Squadron, sitting in the board of a Newport 28. A giant snowman, Muir Glacier, Alaska, 1902. A less scruffy-looking Harrison Ford, 1981. The Outsiders, 1983. Five megabyte IBM hard drive, 1956. Dr. Seuss drawing The Grinch, 1957. A kid's reaction when he meets Andre the Giant, 1970s. A man attempts to clear snow from telephone lines amidst a Siberian winter in 1960. Maori Battalion performing the Haka in Egypt, 1941. Soccer team of British soldiers with gas masks, World War I, somewhere in northern France, 1916. Clint Eastwood on his motorcycle, late 1960s. Moving a 7,600-ton apartment building to create a boulevard in Alba Iulia, Romania, 1987. Led Zeppelin in the 1970s. Breaker Boys employed by the Pennsylvania Coal Company, 1911. Goliath the elephant seal and his keeper at Vincennes Zoo, Paris, 1936. Bruce Lee with his master, Ip Man, circa 1960s. A grocery store at the time its Japanese-American owner is evicted. Oakland, California, 1942. The first photograph of the White House, 1846. Crumbling buildings line a street and smoke rises in the background after the San Francisco earthquake, April 1906. John F. Kennedy Jr. salutes his father's casket as it is carried from St. Matthew's Cathedral, Washington, D.C., 1963. Louis Armstrong plays for his wife in front of the Sphinx by the pyramids in Giza, 1961. Designer Benjamin Bowden with the prototype of his Spacelander bicycle, London, UK, 1946. Princess Diana receives an E.T. doll from Drew Barrymore, Henry Thomas, Robert McNaughton, and Spielberg at the London E.T. premiere, 1982. Even in the 1870s, people were obsessed with cats. Princeton sophomores pose after a snowball fight, 1893. English Boy Scouts collecting funds for those affected by the Titanic disaster, 1912. A family thylacine or Tasmanian tigers in captivity, circa 1930. The last thylacine died in captivity in 1936. U.S. Senate in 1975. Women in the 1900s. The value of women in the past? Robert Wadlow with his family in 1935, 8 feet 11 inches. Learning how to swim in the 1920s. A barbershop in 1869. A kid with his self-made wooden bicycle, 1912. Woman with her Kodak camera taking a picture of the beautiful scenery, 1900. Summertime melon at a mill worker's house in Person County, North Carolina, July 1939. A gentleman tips his hat to a group of ladies, 1920s. A beautiful woman on a bicycle, USA, 1935. Proud mother, Mrs. Cleveland Owens, hears of son Jesse's Olympic triumphs in Berlin, 1936. A lovely family portrait from the 1800s. Cow shoes used by moonshiners during Prohibition. A woman on her BMW motorcycle, 1935. An immigrant family at New York's Ellis Island, about to embark on the chase of their dreams. a stylish man from the 1880s. Young delivery boy, 1920s. A group of friends enjoying a picnic. A happy pedal car owner from 1922. Burger King, 1954. Two Newsies, New York, 1896. Fred Howe, The Fat Man and George Moore, The Living Skeleton, 1890. Jean Moore kneels and kisses her fiancé, wheelchair-bound World War II. Veteran Ralph Neppel, 1945. English soldiers saying goodbye to their wives, getting ready to go to Egypt, 1937. An ostrich carriage being stopped by the police, Los Angeles, 1930s. A spinner and her spinning wheel. County Galway, Ireland, circa 1890. Miss Iris Davis, a 19-year-old from Clapham. London recovering cats with the aid of a lasso from the debris of bombed house, 1940. Workers taking a break on the Saint. Johnsbridge, Portland, 1931. A Victorian couple knitting together in their home, England, 1890s. Wooden Railroad Bridge of the Columbia and Nehalem Valley Railroad, McBride Creek, Montana, USA, circa 1905. Woman combing her hair, 1885. A father and his son on bikes that ran on railroad tracks in Pellston, Michigan in 1910. Happy trio joking it up for the camera, 1900. Lucky British soldier shows off his damaged helmet, 1917. A farm family seemed to be busy doing some watermelon. Springfield, Illinois, 1910. Beware of the Dog, 1900s. Children Playing with Dolls, New York, 1912. Two women having a laugh on a delivery bike in London, 1927. A family portrait taken in 1908, Ireland. Coal miner with 6 of his 7 children. West Virginia, 1938. A typical family at the time, taken in the Midwest sometime around 1900. Soldier is welcomed home. At Long Beach Airport, 1945. Even the window cleaners wore suits 100 years ago. Saying farewell to departing troops at New York's Penn Station, April 1943. Harley-Davidson School for Motorcycle Mechanics, 1917. Farewell to departing troops at New York's Penn Station, April 1943. The earliest surviving photograph of a woman, Dorothy Catherine Draper, 1839. Two women minutes after voting, London, 1929. A handsome man 144 years ago. A picture of a typical family and home of the Ozark Mountains, Franklin County, Arkansas, 1914. In this one, Lincoln holds a newspaper in one hand and his eyeglasses in the other, 1863. Young men boxing by the railroad tracks. Young girls working at an oyster shucking processing plant, 1912. Anne Frank with her sister Margot at the beach in 1940. March 1955. Family life. Dad is heading off to work as mom takes care of the children and the household chores. A young soldier and his mother right before he left for World War I in 1917. Babe Ruth pretending to roll over Lou Archer in 1927. Smiling for the camera, late 1890s. People on the porch and deck of the City Hotel in Council Bluffs, Iowa, circa 1880. Broadway, New York, 1952. A boy and a girl stands beside a decorated Christmas tree. Washington, D.C., USA, circa Charlie Bell and His Dog, Trixie, Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, 1941. A great look at an officer with his Indian motorcycle in 1924, Washington, D.C. Anne Frank writing at her desk in her room in the Merwedeplein apartment, Amsterdam, 1941. A Swedish Bride circa 1880. A Shop Girl in Birmingham, 1951. Ruth Disney is pictured in 1906 standing next to her older brother. Children playing at Central Park. The distance is the Clark Mansion, New York City, 1910s. A young woman lifts her feet while embracing and kissing a uniformed US soldier. At the train station, Connecticut, 1945. A violinist poses for the camera for a studio portrait. Location unknown, 1890s. A British soldier whispers into the ear of a loved one as he leaves for the front, 1939. A llama in Times Square, New York, 1957. Photo by Inge Marath. Henry Ford in the first car he ever built, 1896. Bavaria 1912. A 19th century family at their sod house on the plains, showing off their goods in the yard. Migrant worker and his child at the Agua Fria migratory labor camp, Maricopa County, Arizona, Russell Lee, June 1940. Wooden treadmills in the 1920s. Lockkeeper's Cottage Limehouse, 1950s. A moment of relaxation for these civilians and French resistance fighters as they toast the liberation of France, Normandy, 1944. Albert Einstein at 5 years old, Munich, 1884. La Dolce Vita, Belgium, 1947. A little girl gives an American soldier a kiss on Valentine's Day, 1945. Mother and Children, 1900. Jack Frost Barbershop, Novinger, Adair County, Missouri, 1905. Actress Veronica Lake demonstrates the danger of having long hair while operating a drill press, 1943. Annie Edison Taylor, the first person to survive going over Niagara Falls in a barrel, 1901. When the early hairdryers looked like crazy robots, 1910s. Girl and Her Cat in 1915. Elvis Presley in the Army, 1958. A little Parisian girl reads the news about Yuri Gagarin. A couple gets into their BMW Isetta through the front door, 1950s. Families in touring automobiles pause at a street corner in front of the State Bank in Cooperstown, North Dakota, December 22, 1907. Younger part of a family of 10, Ohio, 1936. Young delivery boy, 1920s. Two brothers return to their toy car 30 years after leaving Pripyat due to the Chernobyl nuclear disaster in 1986. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Tom Cruise, and Tom Hanks. Parallel and predictable lives, some greats of the 80s cinema. Cold Winter's Day, late 50s, New Lanark Mills. Firefighters of Achilles-Serre-les-Tides, Private Fire Brigade on their way to the London Private Fire Brigades Tournament. 1925. Calcutta of Bazaar, 1800. This mirror portrait was taken 100 years ago in Japan. Another child photo from Westport, Massachusetts, late 1800s or early 1900s. Visitors to Melbourne Zoo, 1895, Australia. German soldiers and dogs on maneuvers in northern Germany during World War I. Venus the Bulldog, mascot of the destroyer, HMS von Sittard, World War I. A Girl and Her Cat, 1890s. A British soldier inside a trench on the Western Front during World War I. These progressive high school girls learned the finer points of auto mechanics in 1927. The high jump at Olympics Games in London, 1908. Seventh Avenue and West 28th Street, New York, 1936. American football, 1920. A group of Navajo in the Canyon de Chelly, Arizona, 1904. High school football players practice in Chicago, 1902. The Bible that saved Private Hackett's life in World War I, 1915. And a Adelie penguin defends its nest from photographer Herbert Ponting at Cape Royds, Ross Island, 1911. The Puddle Jumper, 1934. The Puddle Jumper, 1933. A U.S. soldier offers his hand to a woman leaving a cave where she had hidden with her child, 1944. Roadhogs, Ontario, Canada, 1957. Children working in a mill in Macon, Georgia, 1909. Young lady posing on balcony, Paris, early 1900s. London Zoo, 1933. Antique ice cream spoons from the 1800s. Baseball players at the height of the Spanish flu, 1918. Men painting the Brooklyn Bridge on December 3, 1915. Medicine Crow of the Apsaroke tribe, 1908. Charlie Chaplin getting some change out of his pocket to buy flowers from a florist, 1931. A Hoopa Woman, 1923. Expedition cook Thomas Clissold leads an emperor penguin by a rope, 1911. Iron Breast, a Pagan man, 1900. Annie Edson Taylor is helped from the river after becoming the first person to survive a trip over. The Falls, 1901. A Klamath chief stands on a hill above Crater Lake, Oregon, 1923. Annie Edson Taylor poses with her cat and the barrel she rode over the falls, 1901. A Kwakiutl shaman performs a religious ritual, 1914. Happy Mother's Day. A man listening to a radio which functions only after inserting coins. Washington, D.C., 1922. An acrobat and his son at the original Muscle Beach, 1949. Children playing in Manchester, 1971. Chris the Sled Dog listens to a gramophone, 1911. Jumping Frog, circa 1940s. American Red Cross workers collecting victims of the 1918 flu in St. Louis. Gandhi and the Spinning Wheel, 1946. Robin Williams graciously offering some toilet paper to Rodin the Thinker, early 90s. A Dog of the French Army, 1918. A police officer enjoys a warm cup of coffee and salutations on a cold winter day in 1920. London heatwave, circa 1920s. A young boy and girl on the way to school for the start of a new term in the 1920s. The Grand Staircase at the Paris Opera, 1948.